Yo, what's going on, people? So, I told you that the hitting stopped, and my brother we weren't really under the same roof that year. We weren't really interacting with each other like that because he was at my mom's house sometimes because his school was closer there. So, I'm gonna tell you these things that I remember. So, I did give my brother's 15th birthday was in 2008. And I did use a lot of the money that I saved up to get him an awesome card that had a guitar song on it. It was really expensive. Where did I go and where did I get it from? Suburban Station, where I was getting my chicken at. I don't know how I obtained this money because I didn't have a job, but I managed to get him a card for his birthday. And we stayed at so we went to Wildwood for his 15th birthday. We went to Wildwood, New Jersey, and we spent the day. We had to spend 2 days there because we went to a hotel, so we were there for 2 days, and we had a lot of fun. You know, sudden because everything is coming back to me. This hotel was so ghetto, right? It wasn't ghetto, but they were so fucking poor that you have the cart, you know, for your bags, your luggage. You get the little hotel cart that you put all your stuff on. You know what they had as a cart in there? They had a fucking shopping cart with it didn't indicate where the store was. They had a shopping cart for your bag, for your luggage. Because there was a little girl. I'm looking back now. I'm thinking maybe her mom worked there as in like the laundry room, and she was like her daughter who came with her in America. I know that sounds kind of fucked up, me just assuming that, but it was a little girl who was she had to be younger than me, but she was watching SpongeBob, and I like SpongeBob because she was watching that episode where SpongeBob was trying to tie his shoe. But that year, let me tell you something else too. This is around the time, like I said, SpongeBob is beginning to suck, and I only know that it sucks is because I'm not really watching it like this, but this is an episode of SpongeBob. This is like the last one that I remember I would probably watch. It was an episode where SpongeBob went tanning with Patrick, and he wasn't allowed to go inside this club because he wasn't a certain shade of like tan for like the club to gain entry. But Patrick was. But eventually SpongeBob he was actually the right color. He was actually more tan than everybody else. But this is when the time, like I said, SpongeBob began to suck. Cartoons weren't funny to me no more. I'm transitioning more into movies, MTV, like Yo Mama, anything I could find for MTV I'm trying to watch. Beavis and Butthead, I find that funny. Celebrity Deathmatch. There are shows in MTV that I may not necessarily watch or understand, but I'm really watching them for more of like for image purposes, not because I really like them, but I want to show that I'm growing up. And around this time, my voice is beginning to like break. My voice is getting a little deeper, you know. So let me just put it like this. You guys know how I talk on this channel, right? My voice can get high and it can get low. How I sound as a kid, because this is one thing I don't really understand. So let me just throw this out here. I never, I've been to 11 different states, right? And I can just tell you, I don't think I talk white at all. And I'm confident in saying that because let me tell you what I mean when I was at 11 different states. So when I was in 11 different states, I was just really intrigued by the way people talk, and I didn't hear what I'm accustomed to hearing in Philly. So I knew for a fact that I got a distinctive voice, right? Because I don't sound like none of the people in Milwaukee, none of the people in Chicago, none of the people in Georgia, of course, and none of the people in Florida. any people I interacted with over the times I was in these places. But I always been told, this is right, it's kind of a little off topic, but I was told in high school, like when I went to like a public school, it's been more than a few times, people told me that I talk white, and I don't believe I do, because the way I pronounce my words, and because I was like, one thing about me, when I was going to these places, I was studying their culture and everything. Like when I went to Milwaukee, I was going on YouTube and looking up like slang words they use, and I was looking up words like that are like popular, like certain foods that are popular in Milwaukee. But anyway, I never really paid it any mind. I never really paid it any attention. But the way I talk, when I did like a lot of that traveling, the way I talk is the same way as anybody else from Philadelphia, right? Like because I never really put it much thought into it, but I declared when I heard I was looking at this video, and they were talking about Philadelphia slang, and I heard the guy talking. I'm like, I talk just like him. Why are they saying this? What it is though is I don't talk like a dumbass. I don't say nah me after every sentence. I don't have to end every sentence with yo dog, and you know what I mean. I don't got to talk like that. But I really watched the video, and I said I do not sound white at all. I don't. But I went with that for many years. Now, as much as before, so let me tell you this. I was trying to make my voice sound higher at one point, because when I was reading like hundreds and hundreds of books every day, I wanted to, certain words are to this day are really hard to pronounce without like certain words for me, I really can't pronounce as much, because it's hard to really talk like somebody else and make it sound convincing, especially with autism. You can't pretend to be somebody else that you're not. But there are words I'm gonna just describe to you that I can't say that will sound what you would classify as like American English. Like, for example, the way I say school, I can't drop like the emphasis on the O, as in when I say school, because it's like some reason with Philly, we gotta say like our O's and some of our vowels are stressed out a lot. I can't say school. I can't say like I'm going to school. I'm going to school. I have to say that I'm going to school this morning. I gotta put a lot of emphasis on the O. Or water, for example, right? I cannot pronounce, like people say water. I'm gonna get some water today. I cannot say water. I say water. Like I really stressed the O. That's what's one thing I can tell you that's a little distinctive about how I talk. My O's are really I stress out my O's a lot. That's the only thing that's distinctive about like how I talk. But I gave it some thought, and I don't sound white at all. Cause like you hear a white person talk from another like region, I do not sound like them at all. But what it is, even if my voice is high, when my voice is a little high and I get like a little like excited or angry or whatever, it may sound a little different. But when I'm talking right now, like I said, I sound just like everybody else from Philly. It's because I was obsessed with that a little bit. Like I don't sound white, because people from Milwaukee were saying that too. But when I watched some of the videos, I was like, I sound just like everybody else. It's just that I'm not talking like a dumbass. I don't feel comfortable using slang. That's another thing too. Because it's like, you're not going to really use a word that you're not really comfortable saying if you don't really know what it means. The only slang word, and this is another thing too, the only slang word that I will use that I cannot break for the love of me is ard. Ard is a slang word for okay. Like whenever somebody says like I'm gonna meet you at work later, instead of saying okay, I'll be like, all right, that's cool. I cannot say okay. I can't say all right. I gotta say all right. Like that's just a thing we say in Philly. But where was I kind of went all over the place in this video. My voice begins to break And the way I'm talking now is just how I sound at 13. And every time I'm calling the phone, like the girlfriend was pretending like my voice was breaking, because she would always say, I thought that was your brother on the phone. I thought that was your. She was like, I thought you were your dad. Like, you don't know damn well that's not my dad on the phone. But my voice is beginning to break. And one thing I will say, because speaking of like slang and everything, because this is, let me just tell you this: 7th grade and a little bit of, and mostly 8th grade is the most that I'm around my own people, as in, because I was really isolated. I don't really want to tell you too much of break, like spoil too many stories, but around, I just tell you this, around 10th and 11th grade, I was really isolated, where I wasn't around anybody. But some of the slang in our schools are like becoming popular. Like even though it's a Catholic school and we value education, like I said, the word art is I believe it originated around 2008, around that year. Like ARD, art is like art is like a new slang word in Philly people use. And I don't really know what it is today, because I watched the video and some of the things on there I didn't even know. But let me just break this down for you too. 5 words that will never leave Philadelphia is this: drawling, young bull, John will never leave Philly, Ari would never leave Philly, and I already said drawling. And Joe, well, at that time, no one said Joe no more. And some people said biddies, like referring to girls. But that was that sort of faded away too. No one says that no more. But the word art is actually becoming popular around Philly. And it's more to 2008. I want to just throw this in here. I told you that the hitting, all that stopped around 12. But like I said, she was a real I want to tell you about a fight that happened in the house, because I'm about to run to the bathroom real quick. I want to tell you about a fight that happened when I was trying to protect my brother. So I may come back. I'm gonna use the bathroom first.